about Mary Jane Charles, who is an award-winning author and speaker, and she is the Last Wishes Facilitator and provides a simple process for those who want to assemble their last wishes. And based upon her own experience of losing a loved one suddenly, Mary Jane gives you peace of mind knowing that your last wishes will be carried out after you are gone. She is an award-winning author and creator of the Gathering Your Wishes program and provides these easy-to-use tools so you can compile detailed instructions. I turn it over to you, my friend, Mary Jane Charles.
Thank you, Nancy, for staging this wonderful summit and including me in the process. So we've heard there are life shifts, and we never know when they're going to show up, and we hope we're prepared, and we wish everybody well. Mine happened all at once. My husband had been sick. I knew he was failing, and he'd had a rough few days. He still wanted to go to this business meeting. So I said, well, we'll go, but I'm driving. You're too tired. So we drove. We were on time. Took about 20 minutes. I looked at him next to me, and he had died. He died right next to me in the car seat, right there. I was not panicked. I was shocked at first. The window was open. The man next to me in the next space actually called 911. He said, I think you're having a problem. Where it came from, I have no idea. But 10 minutes later, we were in the ER. I was making a few phone calls of people I knew nearby. 5 more minutes, and the ER doc came out to me and wanted his papers. Well, he meant his medical directive. I don't know how, but earlier that morning, I had my phone and my medical directive for the state of Washington in my hand, and I asked him one more time, will you please? No, I'm not signing anything. I said, then let me record you. I will read it and you can shake your head or not. He said yes. I almost fell off the ottoman. With my phone in hand, I even recorded the phone on the mantle. Of course, I was a basket case, so you're not realizing your phone has timing. Anyway, so it took me about 15 minutes. He answered all the questions, and I had him recorded saying that. Never did I ever think that 5 hours later I would be providing my phone to an ER doc so that he could see my husband's wishes. The doctor was shocked. And he looked at me and said, I need this for a minute. I said, fine. So he went, I'm sure, and checked with the powers that be to make sure this was okay to use. That's how quickly life can change. My son had arrived. We got in the car, and I think the car drove itself home. I was very calm, pardon me. And anyone who knows me well enough, I get excited on a good day in August, you know. But this, I had totally downshifted. I got home and was trying to remember what I had to do next. And I realized I didn't have a list of all the people I needed to call. I realized I was minus that medical directive at the time. So I just, things were coming in patches. I had a call from the eldest stepson who said, asked me immediately, where's the will? I said, there isn't a will. The next morning, he had me at an attorney's office. It was less than 24 hours after his dad's passing. I was in a room with I didn't know any of the men, a brother-in-law and this stepson. And I listened to this attorney. He could not get my name right. He spoke to them, not me. I listened 2 more minutes and I ended the meeting. I said, thank you very much. I wouldn't be doing this right now. I got outside and the stepson looked at me. I said, I will be getting my own attorney, and that will be after the funeral. which will be next week. I just had to lay the law down fast and simple. I got home, I received a call from an old friend. He said, Mary Jane, you're in charge. No one will question what you do. Seize the moment. I kind of, smiled and said, that's good. He said, no, I'm letting you know. And it was a tone of voice I hadn't heard from him ever before. It was such a gift because it allowed me the belief in myself to grab the sucker by the throat. By that I mean the estate or lack thereof, and pull it together long enough to get piles of attorney, and they grew on a daily basis. Going back to what Alexandra said and the belief in angels, what spurred me to make the videotape, what spurred me to write my book about this whole black hole that I had found myself in, those just came to me, and I acted upon both of them. Whenever you have a gut feeling that something's wrong, or you know better than the powers that be, just stand your ground. It came up another time with a banker who I knew, and he said, well, we can invest your part of this. I said, no, it's not my money. He said, well, I've done this before. I said, no, it's not my money. It's staying in the account till the judge says so. And I was gone out of there. So I kind of grew into the Mary Jane I never knew was inside. My point being, all these little things I put into a book, gather your last wishes, because they matter. I had to hunt for everything, passwords, car keys. It was endless. So I decided in a fit of rage 3 weeks later, no one should have to go through this for any reason. And I compiled, because it was all avoidable. So just write it down and stand your own ground. Don't get pushed around because people think, oh, the poor vulnerable widow. And I could use an expletive right here. I'm not poor, I can be vulnerable, but I sure as hell was not then. And you come into your power when you least expect. And I'm Mary Jane Charles, the Last Wish Facilitator. I remove the fear of having the conversation. I will assist you if you want a cheerleader, and we will get the job done. I'm having my first of 3 sessions classes, Gathering Your Wishes, starting next Wednesday. Feel free to visit my website. I will put the details in the chat, and I have a free gift for you as well. I'll put the link in there too. Thank you very much.
Wow. Oh my goodness.